Welcome back to another Redstone map showcase. Today we are going to be taking a look at an iPhone 6 in Minecraft. Check this out. It is a working iPhone 6 with apps, games, and customizable features, as well as a working touchscreen. I mean, this thing is really amazing. It was created by Craftronics. I will link his channel down below. But anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, this actually looks like an iPhone 7 since the design really didn't change. So yeah, let's go up to the top over here and actually turn this on. To turn it on, we would simply just walk or fly into that power button. As you guys can see, it will now say iPhone 6 by Craftronics. We'll get some messages in the pop-up chat, as well as we do have all the creations right behind us if you guys are curious. That is pretty much how it's done, using tons of different command blocks. But either way, the phone is currently dead, so I do have to plug it in. And to plug it in, I would come down to the bottom and just go next to our charger just like that, and boom, we plugged in the charger. How amazing is this? This is so cool. Okay, so now we can go back up there and actually turn the phone on because it is charging. I mean, so far this thing is really cool. Okay, so let's come up over here and then we could go back into the power button and then it's going to turn the phone on. So take a look at this. We have the Apple logo and then we have our home screen or lock screen, which basically has the time currently moving. We have a Joker background and then a slide swipe to unlock. So let's go ahead and just slide swipe to unlock, and we would do this by basically going over here and then swiping to the right side, much like a touch screen. And just look at that. That is just magnificent. That's literally magic in Minecraft. Okay, so obviously there is different inputs for our code and, you know, password for our phone, and we can set our own passcode, but the default passcode is going to be 0. As you can see, we can actually click on that 0 and then 0 two more times. So it's basically just all zeros. And then once we do that, the phone should go ahead and open up. And check this out. All of the apps are starting to basically load on the screen. We have some apps over here at the docked bottom. I'm not really sure what you would call this. I don't have an iPhone, but either way, the background is still yet again the Joker. You can actually change the background, customize the phone, and customize a lot of cool things. Let's go ahead and take a look at that first by basically going into the settings. And then as you guys can see, we could customize the passcode as well as the general settings. What I'm going to do first is customize the general settings. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going to do this in third person. That way you guys can get a wider view of it. But as you guys can see, we could choose between a blue, gray, black, red, and a gold phone. Say for instance, I want to grab myself the red phone. I would simply walk into the select and it should go ahead and do that. So as you guys can see, the phone is now changed to red. I mean, this thing is really crazy. Okay, so say for instance, I want to grab the blue one. I would do the exact same thing, just walk onto the blue and then the phone switches to blue and white. All right, so now if I want to go back to selecting different settings and changing my passcodes, I just go ahead and hit the home button and then it takes me back to the home page. I mean, if you have a really good computer, it's going to go just as fast as me. If you have a slower computer, I'm not really sure if it will work, but you do need a far render distance in order to get those command blocks and the actual chunks that are being loaded. Okay, so let's go back to the settings, and this time we're going to go towards our passcode, and we're going to change our passcode to something a bit more complicated. Okay, so it says enter our new code. We're going to go ahead and choose just 2, 5, 8, and 0. I know it's sort of like a common passcode, but either way, we're going to select it. 2, 5. There we go. 8, or almost to 8 because it does take a while to fly. 8 and 7, or actually 0. What am I saying? That's 2, 5, 8, and 0. Then we could go ahead and I believe power off the device and then restart it. And once we do that, we can re-enter the code. So let's just go up over here to the power button, which has changed colors, by the way. Then press that power button. It should restart the phone. After it does that, it goes back towards the lock screen and then shows us the logo again. Then we could, you know, swipe it and then test out that new passcode. So let's go ahead and just slide it to the right. And hopefully that works. As you guys can see, it works quite well. Then we go back up to the 2, 5, 8, and 0. So let's go up to the 2. There you go. And this is just working so well. 5, 8. There you go, and 0. Then it should go ahead and open up. And boom! So take a look at that, guys. We are now inside our own customized phone. You guys can personalize this any way you like. Most of these apps don't really work, but I'll show you guys the best apps that I know of. We do have the Flappy Bird app, which is basically a game. If you guys don't remember what this is, it's pretty much a mobile game that literally everyone has played. But either way, you can fly back over here and see the entire screen, open up the chat, and then click on Start. Once you do that, you can see the Flappy Bird actually appear in the middle of the screen. Then you click Jump into Chat, and you would go through the pipe. So as you can see, when I go through the pipe, I will get one, and I did hit the first one. Flappy Bird is still hard on this working iPhone, so let's go ahead and just play this again. Unfortunately, to play it, we need to go back and hit this button, so it does take a bit of time. But once we do that, we could pretty much just reset it. Let's click on that again. I'm not really sure why that's not working, but I'm gonna go back to the home screen and then try Flappy Bird once again. It might just be glitching out for some reason, but yeah, let's go back up towards the Flappy Bird. The one main downside to this, obviously, is that you have to fly really a long time to like get back to the app. But here we are going back into Flappy Bird. Let's go ahead and try this again. Okay, so we fly all the way to the back, go into the chat, click Start, and then the Flappy Bird spawns down. We click on Jump to move once again. And this time, I'm going to make it through that first pipe. Come on, we could do it. And yes, as you guys can see, our score increased to 1 right above, and it is lagging really bad. I crashed in, and I think my high score is going to stay to 1. It's still a pretty difficult game. If you guys do get your own high scores, you should definitely leave that in the comment section down below, and I will see if your score is better than mine, which is 1, so it's going to be pretty easy to beat. Anyways, here we are back in the home screen. We do have a set of other apps over here. I'm not really sure how or if this works, so let's just go ahead and go into the phone application. It looks like it doesn't work. We have Mail. We have Safari, that doesn't work. We have our music app, that really doesn't work either. I think most of the apps up here work, like the clock and the weather, as well as the calendar. So let's go into, say for instance, this clock. It should give us a clock, but I think it didn't. Maybe the pictures allows us to choose different backgrounds. So let's go into the picture. And as you guys can see, I think this is going to allow us to choose different backgrounds. We actually have 5 different backgrounds to choose from. Obviously, the Joker is the default image. And then what we would do to switch images is to basically swipe to the right or to the left. So as you guys can see, if I pretty much just swipe towards the right side of this, it will actually change the picture. But since it's already on the Joker, I need to swipe towards the left. So let's go ahead and just swipe towards the left here. And it should actually change the picture. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. So I couldn't manage to change the background, but like I said, there is 5 different backgrounds that you guys can play around with when you download the map. But to set our wallpaper, once we've selected an image that we want to use, we come down over here to the bottom left-hand corner, hit that, it should bring up this little pop-up icon. Then we click on that icon, and then it should say a new background has been set. Once we've done that, we click on OK, and that is pretty much it. Now, once we go back to the home page, it should be changed. I know it's still the Joker, but you guys get the idea. So let's go back to the home page and then take a look at another app. So I think the next app we're going to take a look at should be either the weather or the calendar. I'm not really sure which one works. So let's go to the weather app, and that should bring up this weather menu. Obviously, it's accurate to the Minecraft game. It's currently sunny out. If you go ahead and change the time to night, it should switch that sun icon into a moon and also change the temperature and also give us a forecast for the future. So it's actually pretty cool. And then we could also switch it back to daytime, and all of those icons also switch. Obviously, only the top one, not all of the rest. Those are just for decoration. So it's really cool that the app actually does work. All right, so let's go back to the main page and see if any other maps or apps do work. We're going to take a look at the YouTube app. I'm pretty sure that this doesn't work. Let's see, the video app, that doesn't work. We have the image app, which already works. We have our calendar. We have our messenger app, that doesn't work. We have the weather, the clock. Let's see if the maps work, and I don't think it does. We have our settings, which work. We have a notepad, and wow, this actually does work. So we have a notepad, and I think we can actually type into it. I'm not sure how we would do that, but let's maybe type into the chat and see what happens. Yeah, I don't think anything really happens. So what I'm going to do is click on the space and then see if I could possibly do something. It doesn't look like I can actually do anything. I'm trying to figure this out, but yeah, I don't think anything's going to happen over here. So what I'm going to do is maybe come down to the bottom and touch this icon. Possibly that's a keyboard, and it looks like to be a keyboard. Let's click on this, drag it up, and I think it's doing something. I can't really see what it's doing, but it looks like it's bringing up some sort of menu over here. There you go, and yep, I have no clue what that's doing. So yeah, that's pretty much our notes application. It's not really working, and I'm trying to figure it out, but it's quite complicated. But either way, this is the last app, and I believe this is going to be our Paint app. Yet again, I have no clue how to use this, but I'm assuming it's going to be a touch screen, and when I touch on the actual phone, it should create lines, but for some reason it's not really doing that. So I don't know how to use the last two apps, but if you guys go ahead and download the map once again, you could test that and try to figure it out for yourselves. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap up today's Redstone map showcase. It was pretty cool. If you did like it, please be sure to take 1 second to hit that thumbs up button, as well as don't forget to leave a comment down below, suggest another creation you would like to see in the future, as well as don't forget to subscribe to see when I post my videos. This was Twist, and I'll see you guys next time.